skies and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
You have a moment to speak further.
Ooh. There we go. Oh, something gone weird with the camera there. I do enjoy that intro. I think my favourite out of all the intros, though, is probably still going to be Shadowbringers, just because of like the everything else that's going on. Oh yeah, why am I in America as a Viper? Oh yeah, because I was doing some stuff over the weekend. That's why. So log in, change to the right character class, and go back to Alexandria. Yeah. That last stream was like I was overheating, but and the computer was definitely giving me a sort of like signal. So, oh, I feel much better now. I feel freaking great today because the temperature's cooled down a bit. I feel fantastic, but compared to how I was on Friday, a lot better. Like, because I've had a good weekend as well. Yeah, I've been here doing some just some fate leveling. So yeah, I need to head back. First, I need to turn back into a bard. Yeah. Alright, so then we need to go all the way back to Zaktoral, and go back. This is gonna. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna just check it. That quest beforehand, like the cutscene and then the dungeon afterwards. That was honestly, that dungeon is probably my favourite dungeon in the entire game because it was challenging, but not too challenging. I knew what I had to do. I just had to do it. I mean, granted, the section in the second boss, I think it was, when everything was going on at once, was really freaking hectic. But that's one of the ones I think will just be like, yeah, in time, enough practice. If I do that enough times, I will be, you know, come to grips with it. And I sort of checked, and yes, that dungeon is where I get the all the cool, what's called the Vanguard gear from. Okay, so yeah, obviously more to do here will more unlock. So, oh, what's going on there? Oh yeah, keyboard's in the wrong position. That's why I must memory myself. Right. And hit repair it. Yep. Oh, it's the old Viper gear. Now I have been practicing with the Viper and the Pictomancer, and whilst I don't think I'm going to say I'm an expert at the classes now, I am now comfortable using them, even if I don't 100% fully understand what I'm doing, as much as I do with, say, like Bard, for example. Even then, I don't 100% know what I'm doing. I know that's like, I do it in this, and this, so then this happens order. With Viper and Pictomancer, I'm at that level where it's like, okay, alright. So, these are my short attacks, short range attacks, melee attacks. These are the area attacks. These are the ones that I do when they're on cooldown and stuff like that. So I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm definitely out of noob level with those. Possibly, maybe, you know, it's going to be a long time before I would consider myself a expert. But I feel a lot more comfortable using them. Right, okay, so for those of you who haven't seen the last stream, and I very much recommend either you watch it on Twitch or on YouTube, whatever's more convenient for you. Twitch is probably the easiest one to begin with because there's a little bit of a delay between me, you know, having them on the Twitch VODs, which go live instantly after the stream. The VODs on YouTube, I have to put those up on a one-by-one basis. I've tried going bulk, but it messes up the order. So I'm doing them one by one, day by day, as and when I can, because, you know, I don't have access to like automatically uploading the thing, so I'm having to do it manually, which is a pain. But it's relatively simple. The hardest part is just doing the upload and making sure stuff's in the right order. And as I've said before, there may come a point, I'm not saying it will, but there may come a point when I will, give someone some pennies to start editing the videos and things like that. Wow, that's fucking dope. There we go. Oops, where's my keyboard? Oh, that's why. Yeah, good one. Things like that. Right. But that's something that's not a definite thing when it's going to happen. It'll be like if and when. So for the moment, the YouTube channel is basically the archive. Now this place, as I was mentioning, is basically trapped in it's like a dimensional overlap bubble type thing. And here's like their version of like a generator / crystal tower. It's got lots of electricity, lots of this sort of Tron stuff. Oh, and by the way, it appeared 3 days ago, yet 30 years has passed inside here. So if there may be a thing where, you know, we go back out and stuff's changed, wibbly wobbly timey wiminess and all that. But for the moment, things seem to have stabilised. However, we have met an individual called Sephine or something like that. I remember to see her name when it comes back up. She's very friendly. Needs our help. To the point where part of me thinking, she's a bit too friendly. We've been caught out on this before. Nah, I could have jumped over that, I didn't want to. Also want to see how the gate's opened. There we go. Svein. Here we go. Yeah, she's the one who is... She's very nice, very friendly, very welcoming. But she wants our help. Either way. So we're now sort of having a look around, trying to sort of get to know the people sort of thing before we say anything. Well, Let me introduce you to Marusa, one of the most experienced farmhands in all of Alexandria. This is the area, by the way, it's called Alexandria. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of knowledge she has shared with the other farmers was has allowed this place to fight. Yeah, because this place has basically been not nuked, but there's very little natural life, like especially flora grows here. Anything that is grown here seems to be come from somewhere else or has been imported. I think it's probably to do like the electricity and all the other gubbins and that whatever's going on. Prince Fiend, that's what I heard his son's show of praise. My apologies for the interruption. I am coming with guests from beyond the barrier. I wish to know more of Alexandria, so I invited him to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's alright. So the rumours the visitors from the outside were true. Oh yeah, and almost everyone seems to have this little sort of focus. If you've ever played Horizon Zero Dawn, you know what I'm talking about. When I call these things a focus. And until I know what they're properly called, that's what I'm going to call it. But everybody seems to be wearing one of these. It allows them to interact with like the technology or like control it, or it control them or something. I don't know. The only person we've seen who hasn't got one and who isn't, the visitors like ourselves and Walker Madsen and so on, is the Queen's Fiend. She's the only one who doesn't appear to be wearing one. But then again, she could have on built into like her clothing or something like that, or like a tiara or something. What manner of host would it be to deny me a look around her? Have your Majesty is also intended to check on things here? Yes, you've got like a tiara there, like a necklace thing, so maybe that's her version of that. Like, only one of those exists, like it's a master version, and these are the like cheaper mass-produced ones, so it's just easy just to make it into like on the head. Like a Bluetooth thing. You know me well. Know me too well, Mahuza. I thought to see this opportunity to see how the farmers fare, perhaps pepper them with a few questions. Though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work. She's either really genuine, or is putting along on. Based on everything else we've had interacting with here so far, I'm hoping she is genuine. But I would not be at all surprised if, we're being fiddled. I mean, even Alice turned around and went, "You not think she's just been like a really too nice?" It would appear we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. And walking about seems to trust her, but then again, she trusts everyone. So she's not as cynical as the rest of us. So. But for the moment, we will follow her lead. But if anybody tries anything, that's why I have a bow. Oh, I'll also have some kick-ass new friends as well. No, don't misunderstand. I'm not a suspicious type. No, she isn't. But given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point. But be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain a bookman's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. Yeah, she's very accommodating, very... Yeah. This game's conditioned us to, to basically be suspicious of people by this point. So yeah, this is part of it. This is not the whole zone, I don't think. I mean, because there's going to be, you can tell there's probably like something up there, there's going to be more of it. And these look like basically, now I'm not sure, I want to say hydroponics, but it's not exactly that. Well, light levels appear to be fine. That's for the power source. Wishing about my job. To the fields mostly, watering the crops, keeping the soil fertile and so on. In a minute it took some time till I fully understood how best to carry out my duties. I also managed the lamps we use in the fields. Yeah, again, does make me think hydroponics. Maybe not exactly the same, but like a version of it. We do our best to keep everything up to code, but should they ever start to malfunction, it's up to me to fix them. Land and the sky being what they are, you should know which harvest makes for constant work, but honestly, I enjoy how involved the process is. Both my parents being in Alexandria, and I didn't grow up knowing much of anything about farming. Every day's an opportunity to learn and grow. Well, you seem to be... Again. For the most part, people seem to be okay here. I'm just hoping it's not like, you know, they're like, you know, being conditioned or programmed or, you know, had their brains altered or some way. Oh, I'm a familiar face. Gavin, this is your first time on site then? Oh, this is a storehouse. Or rather, the entrance. Ooh! I see. All storehouses underground. Much more spacious and equipped with a temperature regulation system to keep the hive from spoiling. Okay, I was wondering, it's like, there's some like trans-dimensional stuff going on there, but no, if it's a, yeah, it's called like an elevator or something. So, actually, the entrance is so small, such easy to prevent wild beasts from wandering inside. Smart. It also makes it a viable facility for breeding and raising livestock. We've even got a few beds down there for emergencies. My parents often complain about how Alexandria technology in electrope, which is I think what they call their name for electricity, but it's got like ether mixed in with it as well, like in the same way that Ceruleum seems to be their version of petroleum with ether and magic mixed in with it. Electrope seems to be the electrical version, you know, electricity but with ethereal, arcane aspects to it. It does the same job, but there's also a little bit of extra thrown in. Oh, take my job for instance. I'm presently overseeing the storage of harvest crops. They'll be taken up to the tower for processing, and from there find their way to every dining table in Alexandria. Now, the work is hard, I will not deny, but I take great satisfaction in what we do. Okay, so again, it's a hard but fair life by the sound of it. Right. Now, if we take everything we see at face value, it definitely does feel like, yeah, people got to work hard, but they're treated well. Now, they're saying you and yours are visitors from beyond the barrier. That true? Mm-hmm. You know, to use a train at ramming speed to punch a hole through a fortress. Oh, that scene was freaking amazing. I love that scene. So it is. Which means we're connected to the outside world again. Yeah. Not that I have a desire to leave, mind you. I'm quite content with life here in Alexandria. But setting that aside, you're here to observe our work, right? As you can see, I'm in charge of livestock. Here at Upialos, where we produce not only fruits and vegetables, but also meat, poultry and eggs. Okay. They're like dodos. Tending the animals is an absolute joy, but I have to be careful not to grow attached. It was a little sad when they shift off, but a job is a job. Well, I need to get back to it, but it was nice talking to you. Please give my regards to the Queen. So yeah, again, they feel like, you know, do your job. It's a hard job, but you know, you'll be treated right. Where's the... Oh, yeah, don't grab their crops. Honestly, I really dig the aesthetic of this technology. They've got the purple and black, like almost like obsidian type stuff. I really freaking dig that for some reason. I don't know why. Actually, no, I know exactly why. It reminds me of Tron. Seriously, if this all went like blue, that would just be perfect. But I suppose that's probably a bit too much like it. But keeping it purple, you know, they can hashtag legally distincted. I mean, now that I think about it, that does look like the MCP tower. I see. Don't be hard on yourself. Anyone would be hard pressed to deal with such a thing. Oh, welcome back. My apologies for fainting at your return. I gather you've had your fill of speaking with the farmers. Then let's return to Mausa. Something's happened here. What was that happened there? Well, what are your impressions of the farm? Yeah. I mean, all things considered, I mean, yes, their methods are different, but the basics are the same. Growing the crops, harvesting them, dealing with the animals and their, what happens with them. Yeah, it does seem normal. Oh, it's coming into here. I want to try and get see if I can get a screenshot of Vera standing up against that background, because that looks dope. Your words serve to affirm that my people do not work with undue strain. What do you think of the little tour, Lamity? Oh, what did you call me? Oh, was that inappropriate? My apologies. I heard the others call you by that name and I thought... No, it's fine. As you said before, we've no need for titles and formalities. Yeah, that was a little bit rude calling her Lamity. That's like a close friend sort of thing, but again... She might have messed up. As for my thoughts, I was very impressed. That machines could be used to overcome so harsh an environment is amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I think it's understandable. Indeed, many find the machinery behind me baffling. It's a system that controls the distribution of water for the fields and livestock. It's been acting up lately, though. Acting up, you say? Meanwhile, my queen, it happens fairly often, but simply it's taking in water that has a strong lightning charge. We think some creatures have become charged up with energy, and they're releasing it into the river we use as a source. The system will return to normal if the creatures were dealt with, but I'm reluctant to beg it of the army. Here we go. This is going to be us. Yep, okay, we'll help you. And we could take care of you if you like. That's gracious of you to offer, but it's much too dangerous. Look, Sveen, listen to me, okay? I've travelled multiple dimensions. I have gone to the literal edge of the universe. Fought God and Entropy herself, okay? I've ridden and flown on the dragons. I think we can deal with this. Oh, it's no trouble for the Vow resolved. Exactly, we've got the Vow resolve here as well. Regardless of how the relationship between our nations may develop, if people in need, I want to help. Simple as that. Okay, so she's being very diplomatic, very building bridges, very trusting. But, okay, fine. But again, if anything happens, if we get double crossed, I'm going to go John Wick on a mofo. Someone's getting shanked. And Farrah's even stronger than I am. Shouldn't take us long at all. Very well. I gratefully accept, but please take all care. That's a dope background. So it's going even faster for you and I to search for lightning charged fiends on our own. Good hunting. And to you. Yes, I'm still suspicious of Sveen. Still suspicious, but I suppose that's kind of, again, they kind of, they've conditioned us to that. What's the point? Oh yes, I have done the Aether currents for 4 of the zones now, so I'm assuming we're in one of these 2 zones now, because I've done I think it was Shaloni, I think it was, or was it Yaktel? It was one of those 2. So you've got 2 more zones left to go, and this is one of them. So this is like one more zone, and then there's another zone after that. So I think we're into the last third of the game, story-wise. It's other stuff, obviously. Oh, there's a lot more to go. I know there's a lot more to go. I'm really looking forward to the first major patch afterwards, because that's I don't mean like the little, balance patches and things like that. I'm talking about the first big patch afterwards, which is like the content stuff. That's when they start to add stuff. Like hopefully the beast wardens. And I know there's like a crafting stuff as well. Like the tribal things. There's a lot they've got coming, but they never add it on the first lot. But fingers crossed I'll be playing it as well. Again, a little bit of purple every now and then, just something about it aesthetically. I just find, like, even in Tron Legacy, I think is probably more appropriate. I mean, the first one does have this similar sort of thing, but it's more Tron Legacy, which honestly surprised me by how much I enjoyed that. I mean, is it an absolutely, oh my god, amazing film? I think it's pretty good. And it's a kick-ass soundtrack from Daft Punk. That alone is worth it, especially End of Line and Fall. Fall is freaking great. Got Michael Sheen in it as well. I think it's Michael Sheen, the guy who played Azrael in Good Omens, and Olivia Wilde as well. Both kick-ass characters. Maybe Michael Sheen. Either way, Azrael from Good Omens. Yeah, both alright, thank goodness, yeah. There were two of them. I'm assuming Rock'n'Matt did probably the same as well. You really didn't worry so much. We barely broke a sweat dealing with the things. They're all gone now. But they're not technically all gone. We've only taken out 4 of them. Oh, of course I was worried. You're my dear guests. But thank you. We truly appreciate this. Indeed. With this one of our Zarjar's machines for help. Yes. He's been making a concerted effort to bolster his forces. Spend but a fraction for the people's protection. Yeah, because he's getting ready for an invasion. He thinks nothing of our safety, unlike Queen Sveen. Nothing, Muasa. If you have grievances, I will hear them later. But to speak of the king now. No, she's right. He's never been one to look after his people. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. Yeah, because he's 30 years older now. So, and he's got access to this Alexandrian tech, which is like way more advanced than anything we got at the moment. It's not quite to the same level as Allegan or Ancient's tech, but it can wave to it from where it is, to mangle a metaphor. Anyway, thanks for letting us tour the farm. The folks here are delightful and it's a pleasure to meet them. In fact, in some ways it may even be on a par. Or just, well, this is really advanced stuff. Like, it's not... Hey, you couldn't have favoured us with more uplifting words. My people are my pride and joy. And you never failed to let us know, nor how much you care. Of course! My precious family, all of you. She's too sweet and nice. I mean, again, this is probably me being extremely cynical and paranoid, but this game has conditioned me to get very suspicious around people who are nice right off the bat. People who are a bit and then become nice later, like Bakul Jar Jar, surprisingly, Yeah, I would say, I mean, he hasn't redeemed himself, but he's no longer on our shit list. Google Jar Jar, though. He's on the shit list. But you'll forgive me, I'm not really as low on my guard for the enemy queen just yet. Good will come out. Trust, but be cautious. I think it'd be called that. I dread to imagine what villainy your Majesty has committed. Come now, this is no laughing matter. A ruler is responsible for the welfare of countless lives. One wrong decision can lead to untold suffering. Failure is unconscionable. I love the fact she's got like headphones on her outfit. I don't know what it is, but Again, because it feels modern. That's what it is. It just feels like a modern outfit. You know, with like the the biker, Mad Max style outfit that you were wearing before was a little bit hello. Now I believe we are done with the farm. Let's move on, shall we? Yes. So, oh, yeah, 97. So yeah, we're definitely into the last third of the game now. We know that the last quest of the current MSQ will be called Dawntrail, because that's something they have done from day one. Is when you get to that point, you get to the expansion, end. The quest will be called whatever the expansion is called. So at the end of Endwalker, it was called Endwalker. At the end of Shadowbringers, the quest was Shadowbringers. So when that crops up, you know that's the final quest for the that block of the expansion. Okay. Perhaps we should head back to the outskirts. I dare say your friends will have also returned by now. Thanks again for dealing with the fiends. Come visit us anytime. Lots of feminine characters on there. Oh, that's a nice chocobo. Really freaking cool. Do you hear that? That's my fan. Lol, lol, lol. Oh, what's going on?
What's happening over there?
Oh, this ain't no important one because it's voiced.
It's nearly time.
What? That's like time for what? Yeah, and she didn't say that like, oh yay, it's nearly time. It's more like, it's nearly time. Like she's not looking forward to this.
I'm glad you could make it.
Oh, is that Erenville's?
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
Is that Erenville's mum? One of the adoption's a big thing in this game. It's like,
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
no, it's Namika. Oh god, it's what Clement's nurse. Oh no. Oh no.
Better, dear.
I know what's coming. Please don't be what I think it is. This is not going to be good. She still keeps the bracelet.
It can't be.
Yeah.
That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
Oh, this is when... Oh, maybe when she said it's
Of course I
time.
know her. She was like a mother to me.
Yeah, because she was like the nanny or nurse that raised her.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
So when she says it's time, it means it's time for her to... Oh no.
Is it really you?
Oh, this is going to kick me in the emotions if it's what I think it is.
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but
Yeah, it's about 1 day for every 10 years. About 30 years.
Namika, it's me. Wuklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end.
Oh, I hate being right sometimes.
Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
That's what those things were they were collecting. The mechanoids.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
Oh, so that's what they were that's what they took, the soul in their memory.
Memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Maybe they got the idea from here. Because of the dreams and stuff that they had.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden.
Yeah, I know what that means.
I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
That sounds like a metaphor. Easing her burden. As long as it is genuinely easing her burden.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Yeah, she raised you like a mother.
Let us give them some time alone.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, don't linger on that. Oh. That was a good call, just following.
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
Oh dear.
It's not the end.
Hmm?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
It's got to be when they were killing them, they were
Be reasonably certain of.
killing them. Maybe they were capturing their
Between what we have witnessed and
souls and
of
memories.
Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one.
Yeah, like a sort of dimensional merging.
What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these
Excuse
phenomena
me.
strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred.
And that is something that you would be an expert on.
Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
But this is the dimension that Cryol originally came from. Gotta be.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a Void Gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining.
Oh! Hypothesis forming.
That's the question. How was such a feat accomplished?
Because each of the reflections is based around one of the
Wish
elements.
that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflection
Light,
dimensions
darkness,
is well beyond my understanding.
fire, electricity. So,
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm.
oh,
It was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sphene's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Okay, so it's a pocket dimension by the sounds of it. So what if the original reflection is still around?
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
So I imagine that tower is part of what's...
Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district.
Solution 9?
Gain invaluable insight into Alexandria.
Oh! Is this how we get access to it?
Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
This is the bit I've been looking forward to.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zoralja do as he pleases.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here.
Yeah.
I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoralja's life.
So Zoraljar's life, so
Are you willing to stand by
I keep getting that though.
for Alexandria's king to be slain?
Now, Gobble Jar Jar was the papa. So.
A fair question.
Yeah, based on the glow, I think her tiara is one of those focus.
I need to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount.
Okay. So we don't harm the people.
I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm.
Now, is that a threat or a promise?
It is a ruler's duty.
Yeah. The thing is, does she count Zoraljar as one of her people? That's the question.
I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course.
Well, things are about to get spicy.
Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
Oh, she's still alive! Fantastic!
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
Dude, we're gonna go and see your mum.
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
Please don't let her be dead, because that would be cruel. You know, one character's already lost their mum. Oh. Yeah, what is...
Not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway.
Was that an upload or a download? Right.
Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
Oh. Oh, his mind... That memory got erased. Yeah. I was like, dude, you were there.
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
So when it did the swirly thing...
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Does no one know she was here?
In all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
What? It's a Wi-Fi connection.
Seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
Was that what Sphinx was talking about? Like, what the heck? This is getting weird, but I love it. Oh, I wonder if what they were saying about earlier with Erenville's mum is like, is she going to be like a sort of digital ghost, like it's like an engram kind of thing? What's going on? And could Pepoane suddenly forget about Namika? It's as if he never knew her. Could the same thing have happened to others as well? I wonder. There's only one way to find out. Let's make inquiries about Namika in the area. We can reconvene after today for it. Yeah. Okay, everyone's gonna like not know who she is. Even though she's been here for like 30 years and sounded like everybody knew her beforehand, but now... Yeah, there's... I mean, this is a good evening. Things have just got spicy. Emotional, but spicy. An old woman named Namika? I'm afraid I don't know that person. I'm sorry, I couldn't be of help. So, yeah, we found Namika. Walkamat's nurse maid, you know, the one we spent ages with, getting her bracelet back. You think, oh, there's a bit of an interesting side quest. Yeah. And we found her in here. And she's been waiting 30 years. Unfortunately, for her, she was basically being kept alive. And she has, and they didn't show it, which was I'm grateful for, but she has passed on, which was the emotional part. The spicy part, however, is that this town, who has known her for 30 years, now nobody can remember her at all. And he mentioned something about the cloud and stuff being uploaded. So somebody that, you know, a wise woman of the village, somebody who everyone would turn to for, you know, like advice and things like that, or just to have a chat with, who everybody knew, now been erased from the entire town's memory. What's that? Do I know Namika? Never met anyone by that name, and I've worked with Nesta for a good while now. If she spent time here, I would remember. Yeah, she's been here for 30 I'm getting like cyberpunk-esque things about like memory uploads and stuff like that. Like the whole... If you've ever played Cyberpunk 2077, the game, there's a big thing in that where they talk about, you know, uploading memories and engrams, which are like personalities. I suppose you can kind of call it the soul and things like that. Yeah. What the flip is that? I do recall caring for someone until recently. And you say that was a woman named Namika? Well, I can't say for certain if it was her. I wouldn't worry. I'm sure she's just been taken up to the cloud. Yeah. And it sounds like what's happened is there's like a sort of artificial Satan's robot. Wait a minute. Oh, it does look like... Oh god, I can't unsee that now, look. Eye. Mouth. Maybe a nose there. See, eye, nose, mouth. Yeah, it's... I think we're about to get... I mean, also, they have mentioned that she's gonna work on it, but we're gonna get access to a thing that I know about. And it's probably the only thing I've had spoiled for because it was a big deal. A place called Solution 9. Now, I know what Solution 9 is, because it's been spoiled for me, unfortunately. But... I won't say any more. so. It was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. In a way, I can kind of see the logic for it. In a way. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can understand it. If someone that everyone in the entire town loved and cared for and was a big important part of their life passes away, that's going to upset and make a lot of people, despondent, mournful, things like that. So by taking the memory away of that person and putting it somewhere, access it somewhere else, you're still keeping everyone in a good mood, in a good, you keeping morale up sort of thing. Now, if you can go and visit these people once they're in the clouds or whatever else is like that, so in effect it's like a sort of digital version of, the afterlife or something like that. And that actually sounds like a pretty good deal. Problem is, if you don't remember the person, how can you go visit them and interact with them? So I want to know where this is going. Or is this something that it's done to sort of help protect people because if they get all their memories back of the people they've loved and lost, things would go very, very bad. But at the same time, you're messing with people's memories, especially memories of loved ones. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Again, I understand the sentiment. And believe me, and I'm sure a lot of people, there is a lot of memories in my life I would rather I don't have. But at the same time, I wouldn't want them removed. I would much rather, be given the strength or the courage or whatever else to deal with them. I would not want those memories removed, especially if, in the last few years, bit of real talk here for a moment, I've lost several family members in the last few years. Quite a few. And I feel like that if I'd have lost their memories, that could change who I am as a person. Again, this is one of those sort of things, I understand the logic, I understand the thought process behind it, but at the same time, this feels wrong. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. Yeah, that's exactly what the focus thing is doing. It's uploading and downloading information and memories and things like that. I would have felt a surge of aether corresponding to the Act 2, and I sense none in that. No. If this focus is affecting their memories, it's basically like a sort of wireless Bluetooth type thing. Then you would. It's not using aether, it's using electrope, which is like electricity. It's using Wi-Fi, just like a really hyper advanced version of Wi-Fi. I mean, and again, the whole idea of, I'm going to call them the focuses because at the moment they are just the perfect description of what they are. I would love to have one of those IRL. Just be like, in fact, access almost like a perfected version of the internet, scanning stuff, everything else like that, just by pretty much just going, marvellous. But as it's sort of shown in this, if you can download information and upload it, you can also erase it. And that's where things will start to get a little bit on the iffy side. Maybe something that, but then again, it could just be someone, when they, you get given these things like, look, this is the process, we can't control it. If you want to access this, that's the upside, but this is the downside. And if that's the case, people are given the full knowledge and information beforehand, then that's fair. I don't necessarily agree with it, but at least they're given the choice. Now, if this is something that falls upon people, iffy. But again, this whole game's been pretty good at presenting us with things that seem like they're one way, like you think, oh, this is evil and stuff like that, and then you find out, Oh. Yeah, this is messed up, but I can understand why they did it. And now that I think about that, I'm thinking this is another one of those types of situations. This is something that's going to be, as it's presented, it's going to be something that is iffy. I'm not going to say evil, I'm going to say iffy. But maybe this was something they needed to do when, you know, the dimensional tomfoolery and stuff happened to help keep people alive. And this was a, you know, a side effect of it. I don't know. This could be it. This could be something, you know, related to it. So I'm going to call it iffy. I'm not going to call it evil for now until we know some more information. But there is definitely a case of like, we're going to keep an eye on this. Ah, now did I. But I did notice something else. Right before Pepoin seemingly forgot, a light in the device in his head began to blink. See, Alize is, you know, myself and Alize, we're thinking on the same freaking lines here. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. Yeah, that's something else I mentioned as well. Soul cells. It seems like they're something that's been used to help, you know, keep people alive and stuff like that. Which makes me think back to when, you know, Toral got attacked beforehand, and the mechanoids were, you know, doing that sort of weird hoovering thing on them, and you can see that it sucked up like two orbs, one sort of bluey light and the other kind of orangey, which does make me think one's the memory and one's the soul, because as they've proven in this game, the soul is a legitimate, borderline tangible thing. So yeah, maybe they were saving them, or they thought they were saving them or something. I don't know. Again, this whole expansion has definitely been about, you know, you see things as they're presented, and then it turns out there's something else behind it, or the reason why they're doing it. Like, again, like why the giants withdrew, because their entire population got decimated. You know, the whole thing with what do you call them? I forget them. The one. Backle Jar Jar's people. How when you first find out, it's like they're all, you know, sort of stuck up, and they're, you know, they don't talk to outsiders. And you think, oh, they're being very rude, and then you find out why, because they're kind of ashamed and they don't talk about their deep secret, which is pretty messed up, which they use to try and help them. So yeah, it's. Like, I've been thinking today as the stream was loading up that based on this so far, my personal tier for the expansions is number 1, Shadowbringers. I friggin' love Shadowbringers without a shadow of a doubt. Endwalker is a very, very close second at the moment. After that, it is probably Heaven's Ward and Dawntrail, roughly on equal levels, different, you know, depending on what sort of mood I'm in. And then Stormblood is at the bottom of the tier, and I'm not including the base game. Now, this is not to say that Stormblood I think is bad. Yeah, I would say Stormblood I probably rate at about 80%, you know, out of 100. But the others, they've been in the high 80s, low 90s. Shadowbringers was like 94, 95. Especially for that friggin' ending fight with Hades. That was just the cutscene before that was just incredible, and I think that is what pushed it way up for me. But yeah, I'm thinking for me, on my personal scale, this is the same level as Heaven's Ward, and Heaven's Ward is the game that I think that, sorry, the expansion that really changed my opinion on Final Fantasy, from being okay, it's a good MMO2. I get it now. I get it. Now, I think it's one of his, again, I've been predicting so much about this expansion as well. Like, what's it, 80% of my predictions have been coming true in some form or another. And it's not to say that the game is predictable. I think it's just because I've got to know and understand the sort of plot points that the developers are going through. But either way, I really want to see where this goes. So, I'm enough waffling. Let's continue. But who might we ask about this? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed. I can't really solve the mystery about Namika. Perhaps we could search for Kakuya instead. Yeah, let's go and find Erenvil's mummy. I mean, granted, if we assume that she's probably going to be like in her late 60s, early 70s now, based on, I suppose it depends on when she arrives here. That's of course assuming she's still alive. What was that? What's that? And I think if I'd floated objects, it's a literal UFO. Amazing. Impossible. There's a future minion right there. Hmm? Now we kind of mechanical soldier. It looks dangerous. We better destroy it. Wow. Ah. Really, we'll come out. I thought I was the gung-ho one here, but yeah, fine. Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. It might be worth asking it some questions. Yeah. Erenvil, you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing. I'm fine. Well, it went in the direction we're headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. I mean, it was I think he recognised it, or there was some aspect about it he recognised. Like, maybe it's like a sort of like childhood drone or something. Oh, no, where am I going? Over that way. Okay. Let's go across the bridge. Yes, yeah. It turns out this entire place is a pocket dimension that was split off from the other reflection, or the realm, whatever you want to call it, and it kind of merged with this location. And I still think that particular run, wherever this one came from, is its element, because each of the realms has element. Like the first was light, there was the void, was dark, there was other ones. I think that particular one is electricity or electrope. Would explain why they have an electrical focus on here. Oh, what's that over there? What's a glowy thing? Just over there. Just right there. Hmm. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a combat drone. That seems more like a servant or a companion drone, you know, sort of like butler type one. But then again, you know, it could have hidden weaponry or something like that. But that's the vibe I'm getting from it. Ah, you found it. Doesn't this ground look like dried lava? Sorry, cooled lava. To the northeast. Then it must be bound for the mines. Yeah, look. The way it's just like undulating, like the ground's melted and then cooled. Come on then. It could well be a trap, so let's not rush in too quickly. Let's sit there. Like if you look at like pictures of volcanoes after they've erupted and cooled down. So we're going. What's that? Yeah, that thing looks almost radioactive. I heard faint voices coming from inside. Ah, so it's not alone, but we're still going in, of course. This may be a trap. Ready for a fight, everyone? Ah. I just love how I've got like my cat, my cat minion basically follow me no matter where I go. And that is Chloe basically. Right. Ooh. Right. I see you, yay for current. I'll pick you whilst I'm here. That should then unlock it on the Aether list. There we go, yeah. Ooh, that's Shared Fate. Okay, so this area is called Heritage Found. Right. Which is appropriate. Considering this may be where Kral came from. Or at least her parents. I can hear them. Several people up ahead. I'll come back at the conversation with the echoing. Let's keep going. Stay on your guard. I hope we get to see Solution 9 tonight. It does give me sort of like helper bot vibes or butler like vibes.
What is this?
Doesn't it? Oh, yeah. Okay.
A trap.
Oh, I love the way that bow unfolds.
It really is you!
Oh! That's his mum. Huh? She's been transferred into that bot.
Who?
I just have to get a look at you in the light. And I can still hardly believe
Or this is like a remote accessing something.
it is you, my darling Olympia!
She has a...
Darling, what now?
That's Erenville's real name. I love that bow. So glad I got that. Yeah, either this is like her soul's been transferred into this, or this is like a remote access or something.
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way?
Fussy little bun bun. I'm sorry, I have got to pick that option. That definitely sounds like mummy talk. Probably it's like the only...
Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Gulu Jaja's kitten?
She's met Guru Jaja.
I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ellen Espia was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
Did she?
Can't say that I do, but you knew my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Wow.
This won't do. Come in. Spear are always welcome.
So yeah, this is either like keeping her soul alive.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Oh, dude, sounds like he's had a rough. This is not the first time she's done stuff like this. What the fuck? Then again, this is not the weirdest thing we.
When I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
This is not the weirdest thing we've seen, because we know soul transference can happen. We had it done to us. So we know it can happen. But even then, it didn't last long. It was like really kind of temperamental and, again, iffy. So perhaps they have somehow perfected the technology. Maybe she's died and been put into a new body, or, you know, there's something wrong, or whatever. Either way, yeah. Yeah, I think things are definitely, as I say, getting spicy. As far as I can tell, this is indeed my mother. I can think of few people in the world so spirited. So yeah, perhaps that, yeah, it's got like her soul and her memories, or her engram, whatever you want to call it. After what's happened, we need to ask her. Yeah, we need to find out what the flip is going on. Erenville's conflicted by this long-fated union. Yeah, you and me both, pal. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, please more lore drop, please more lore. I like lore. It's so wonderful to meet you all. And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I've heard that name. I imagine that it's at least 30 years. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this? It's just a body that I control remotely. Okay, so it's a remote operated drone. Right, okay. Right. So does that mean she's still alive? It certainly sounds like she's still alive. Say what? We are members of a resistance organization, Oblivion we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zorojar's ambition for conquest. So his mum's a member of the resistance. That pleases me. I don't know why, but it does. That's the leader. Oh, she's the leader. Okay, even better. It's prudent as I remain where I can't be easily found. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Because if they captured the drone, unless they obviously got somehow tracking the signal back to where she is, they'd be like, "Well, fine, destroy the drone." But another one gets sent, or she, you know, connects to another body. But she can still then advise and speak to her fellow resistance members, and would also explain why the blue-haired Mikote there was getting a bit grumbly about visitors without warning. It's making sense to me. It is making sense to me anyway. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. What you are? The truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. Go on. Oh, I've just had a thought. Sveen said it would be better to see her. Sveen knows about the bot, the drone, but because she's been spied on and kept an eye on by, you know, Buckle Jar Jar's minions and mechanoids, she can't openly speak. Maybe that's why she doesn't have the thingy on her head, because then it will be able to read and get her memories, and she's helping him from behind the scenes, but obviously she can't do that if she's got the whatchamacallit on her head. Ooh. Am I predicting things again? Yeah, because look, none of the resistance have the focuses on. Like, he doesn't have one. She doesn't have one. She doesn't have one. Obviously, I'm assuming the drone has some connection, but yeah, that's got to be what they're doing. Nice. Okay, so as I expect, you've already noticed everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Yeah, it's a dimensional overlap. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Okay. Then, does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend. It's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zorulja. I keep getting the jar names mixed up. But we failed to do that. And now he's taking his army outside the dome. Yeah. So it sounds like he, got control of the mechanoids and the drones that were being used to help keep the place intact and safe, and took them over and went, right, I'm using you not as weapons. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Yeah. Does that have something to do with your work? Here we go. You mean this? It's a regulator. Okay, focus, regulator. I'm probably still going to call it focuses, but remember it's called regulator. Pinnacle of electrope technology. Yep. And if we don't know it is indeed related to operation, so yes. I'm still thinking, okay, now if Safine is helping them from behind the scenes, that kind of would explain why she was overly friendly and, and everything else like that to keep up appearances that she is, not needing to have one. Ooh. I might be wrong. Let's find out. What exactly does it do? Gee, that is a cool fucking name for a dude like that. Seriously, look at him. Ripped, blue hair, eye patch, abs, cool outfit, dope name. Regulators have two primary functions. First, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring about. So that's what happened with him. He basically just got another soul pinged into him. Oh, that means somebody else had to die first. Oh. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Does the soul get used up or does it return to wherever? Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? What happens to the ones that are used? They do. Souls are packaged in cells and can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age though. Okay. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls is a common resource. Payment for services rendered. This is looking more and more iffy now. Again. Maybe they were done. The souls donated willingly. Exactly, yeah. The void-sent practice of consuming others for the Aether comes to mind. And similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. Yeah. Soul magic's powerful magic in any game. Yeah. Yep. She was a great character, Zero. I hope we get to see her again. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self? Or wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? Yeah. Because that's the thing. Now I can see why they were setting up those storylines. Oh, it did lead into this. It wasn't just like a standalone thing. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because remember rightly from what Zero said, you know, it's if you consume something as a void sense, you start to take on aspects of that thing, creature you consume. So, like, if you consume something that was, shall we say, fast, you would become slightly faster. But also your personality, your mind, your soul would become more like that one. So it's a kind of corruption. Doesn't it dilute your sense of self? Yeah. It takes more and more willpower to become more and more powerful, in effect. So yeah, I'm going to say it doesn't dilute your sense of self. Both are valid questions, though. Both are very valid. That is prevented through memory management. A process in which regulators also play a role. Like we saw earlier. Memory management. And the reason everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. Yeah, he's figured it out. Oh, the regulators are constantly recording the memories of their wearer. So if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. There's also backing up your memory. Again, there's a lot of good potential for this tech, but at the same time, as with any technological advance there's always been a good side and a downside. Sometimes the downside comes from, you know, people being complete numpties, which would not surprise me. Again, this is something that I would put money on being created to be something that is, you know, of a benefit to store people's memories if they pass away and things like that. So everyone can still have, you know, interact with the loved ones who have been lost and you don't lose any knowledge and stuff like that. Brilliant idea, but then someone's come along and been a complete numpty. Taken a fantastic idea and corrupted it. Always the freaking way. I mean, look at nuclear power, for example. All things considered, you know, barring a couple of very notable exceptions, nuclear power is surprisingly safe. It's not perfect, but it's safe. Mostly. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulator's also triggered when someone else dies. Oh, so maybe the system's not perfect. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories related to deceased from anyone wearing one. Yeah, we know that. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness. Called it. Bestowed upon the people of Everkeep's core systems, so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. Yes! Exactly what I was talking about earlier. There is an upside to it, but it shouldn't be forced upon someone. It should be like, you know, if the memory's too painful, like, I can't cope with this, can we do something about it? I mean, grant people therapy, do everything else they need to do first. But just removing, yeah, again, that weird ethical dilemma or something. I understand the logic of it. So that's what I meant by the memories being in the cloud. Yeah. Indeed. All memories of the deceased were wiped from the minds of people and archived in the system. Okay, so if they could actually access those memories and talk to the individuals that are engrammed in there, then that's an amazing system. If they could take away or dampen the pain but not the memories, that would be amazing. But to completely take away that person's memories of a loved one? I don't know. I don't know about that. It's a frightening function of the regulators. And An integral step in soul cell production. Oh, hello. I do not like the sound of that. What happens to the souls afterwards? Okay, so we go. This is a demonstration of the process. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed in the regulator. Yeah, listen, the souls in this universe are real, kind of tangible things. Not like an abstract concept like in this reality. I mean, it could be true. I don't know. I hope so. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. Okay. Yeah, that's what we saw when the city was being attacked. The result is a fresh soul cell, free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. Now that's the thing. If this is just like, you know, what happens to the original cell though? So it's the soul. I mean, this could explain why the. Shut up, Chris. Just watch it. It's probably going to tell you. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. Go on, there's a. We seem to be thinking along the same lines. You asked the question. And this is why people are happy here. On the surface, it's similar to your Yokoi philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Yeah. I mean, this could just be a cultural thing, but I feel very uncomfortable about this. Well, doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. All comes down to what did I just literally just say? All comes down to what you used to. I'm scaring myself with this game sometimes. Like the barrier case in Alexandria. This system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the morning death toll, scientists used electrobe to devise a means to save what lives they could so the nation could endure. Yeah. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed to be was best to save their people. I just find it hard to believe that Torali would also accept this way of living. Yeah. Now, if they want to do it, and they're also genuinely okay with it, let them be. Yeah, this is not our place to, you know. But if this is like being forced upon them, that's when you're crossing the line. It came as a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Yeah, I bet. Especially the people from outside. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. Oh, that's good. That's very good. People have always been free to go without them if they so wish. The thing didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will to others. Ah, so yeah, she knows about this, obviously. She's the one who suggested we come to the Fundy Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zoroja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction. And to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice. Live at the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. Okay, so if she's genuinely given them a choice and she's not forcing on people, yeah, Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easy to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw it for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and as luck would have it, they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you find out. I hope we actually get to properly meet her, not through our remote drone. I keep forgetting how small Lalafels can be. Just like Kral just looking over the table going, nobody laugh. Now here's a question. If you was given the choice, knowing all the upsides and the downsides to it, would you choose one of those things? You know what? I honestly can't decide. I cannot choose right now. I mean, this is something I would have to have a long, hard think of. You know, good few weeks, if not months, thinking about it. But as you said, if you grew up with it, you probably feel slightly different about it than if you would just, arrived here as a visitor. Everyone here? Good. It's the responsibility of the other hunters to fell any things found wandering the area. Or to meet an acquaintance of mine, Striker, or one of these hunters. Okay. Right. Let's go up this way. Ooh. Balls. There we go. Electric potential. Oh, I don't know why that's just. Again, like look at this. It's like you can. Ooh. Doesn't that give sort of like Matrix vibes as well? Okay. So we've seen what the downsides to this thing are. I think this is going to show us what the upsides are. Kakuya, what are you doing here with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on. I assume they were wearing special regulators. Like Queen's Fiend's crown. Again! Being called it her tiara. But they aren't wearing anything at all. It's much too dangerous to be out here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by beasts? I can assure you they are quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, I said I didn't warn you. Dangerous side, there really isn't much to see. Akira said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact they're weak to lightning. Oh! Oh, now that's an interesting little bit of information to store. The Thunder Yard being what it is, they've been ordered to stay clear, yeah. Some good day, huh? These facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to the hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. Special section of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. Okay, that's... Yeah, I brought this lot here to see the danger you speak of, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Oh, of course. In which case, it would be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. Oh dear. And you can all handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. Okay. Won't be the first time I've done that. I'm not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can, yeah. Now, I suppose the thing with the regulators is that you put it on with the knowledge that's just like, okay, yeah, your soul could be used to keep somebody else alive, but at the same time, somebody else's soul could be used to keep you alive. So it's like an equal sort of trade-off kind of thing. I mean, what's it like organ donation, that sort of thing. It's like, you know, whenever my time, without being morbid, whenever it is my time to, you know, cross the bridge, if any of the doctors or whatever decide that they want to use part of my body to help someone else out, I can go for it, because I'm not going to be in it anymore. I'm thoroughly okay with that. Even though my liver might be slightly pickled. And my kidney's not great. And my eyesight's not fantastic. But you know what? If they want to use it, they're more than welcome to. Oh! Now, just, yeah, I was wondering what's going on there. Because it's like, let me Chocobo boy. Why is he not healing me? Because he's not there, that's why. There we go. There we go. Now switching back to combat mode. And I should be using my dots. There we go. And you know what, put him back into healing mode. I can do tons of damage. Alright, where's the big boy? Okay. Yeah, see, these things, they definitely have some kind of like phosphorus or glow to them. Like they're radiated, maybe. Okay, so this is when we fight the big boy. More question the other one is. This one will do nicely. Oh! What weapon she got there? I'm trying to see. Is that like a dagger or a fist weapon or something? What? So look. Okay, so those are like... We'll help you. Oh, she's got fist weapons. So, oh, those are dope. Okay, so she's a monk. Or at least their equivalent of a monk. Don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out! Oh, oh dear. That didn't go well. And she gets rebooted. Twelve preserve. She needs healing. Wait. There we go. Windows activation sound. Whoa. Well, that was embarrassing. Also caught me off guard. Off guard, even. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I imagine this is probably not the first time this has happened to her. Striker, yeah, of course. Of course she's a monk with a name like Striker. I mean, those fist weapons look freaking great. I love the aesthetic of this gear from these locations. This will only take a moment. Oh, she's about to do what? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, she's doing what's his name did. Yeah, power boost. Holy shit. Damn. Okay. Just like Soroja. Yeah. Okay, so that's the upside to it. You get basically a power boost. You get juiced. Come on, let's get out of here. Okay. Now, there's probably a reason why they can't have that active all the time. Like, maybe it's like overload your system or something. That's also a function of the regulator? Yeah. I imagine it gives you a temporary, boost of power. But having that amount of power fully is probably a very, very bad idea. Hell, not even like the Warrior of Light. Like, the player character can do stuff like that all the time. Look what happened with the Sin Eaters. Ooh, that was no fun. I think I understand now how Zoroja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. As soon as the regulator turned red, as if you were possessed, your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me. You empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. Oh! I'm reminded... Oh, I think I might see where the Beastmaster's coming from. Oh! This could be how they handle the Beastmaster. You don't necessarily have the beast on your side, you just take on aspects of them in the combat, like the Blue Mage has the spells. And this could explain how they do it. Okay. We'll find out once the limited class has been released. I'm reminded of the 17th soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. Ah, so you crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourselves on souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Okay. Practicality reasons. Well, we should be getting back to work. Take care. Alright. So there's there's a potential upside, major upside to this thing. So there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of peoples and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an ultimate death, an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you with the strength. Yeah, I'm making this an official prediction now that when Beastmaster comes out, this is how it's going to be handled. Because the way they're drawing attention to it, about the beast and stuff like that, it's I'd be very surprised if it's not. I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be freaking cool if they could actually have the beasts fight alongside you. But I feel like this, the way they're describing it, you know, this feels very much how, you know, like a sort of... What I said is, if I was in charge of the game, this is how I'd be handling it. Now it's been introduced as a concept. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral. Yes! Going in it! Using several of the same type at once, however, could result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Oh! So that could also be how they can, you know, sort of manage it, in that you could have powers of the beasts, but if you use them like to a certain tier, you actually start to take on the form of them. Oh, but I imagine it's like, yeah, you don't want to go too far because you'll then start thinking like the beast. Changing one's form through souls of other beings. It was more and more reminiscent of Void scent. Yet, unlike the Void, where the cycle of death and reborn is simply broken, souls here are forced to be taken before they might reach the ethereal sea. Different means to achieve similar ends. Yes, now my biggest concern is what happens to the souls after they have been used. Do they return to the ethereal sea, or are they burnt up? If they return to the, you know, the life stream, if you want to call it that, you know what? That's not so bad. If they're used up, however, yeah, that's just basically bad, because it burns the soul up completely. And if you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, you'll realise just how bad that can be for the environment. Oh, maybe that's the point. Maybe this is a link to Final Fantasy VII. Maybe. That's what Mako is. It's condensed, and materia is basically condensed soul energy. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. Yeah, perhaps because they were cut off from the ethereal sea, which is why they did it. This is wrong. This is all, yeah. It is indeed hard to accept being so far removed from. I'm thinking that's probably why they started it. If they were cut off from their reflections version of the ethereal sea from the live stream, no, like the souls were dying anyway and being destroyed, it would kind of make sense to sort of try and make a backup of them and then use them for one last good thing. See, I'm kind of agreeing with both of them. I personally feel it's wrong, but if I'd have grown up here, would I be thinking it's wrong? Probably not. Hell, I'd probably have signed up for one of them. Perhaps more shocking is the technology to achieve this was developed hundreds of years ago. Yeah. Civilizations in the reflections are surprising indeed. Yep. It is almost as if they are one part of a greater being that was sundered. As we call them, the Asians. Now each one's taken on like different aspects, both psychologically and everything else like that, while still maintaining the echoes and the mirrors. Yeah. While we all have our thoughts and souls, for now the important thing is we know what power Zoraja has at his disposal. Yeah. It's one thing to separate corporeal aether from incorporeal aether, but to strip memories from the soul entirely is unprecedented technology. Yup. This is no longer only Tuala's concern. With his newfound power, Zoraja has become a real threat to the entire world. Oh yeah. Indeed, he has to be stopped no matter the cost. The Void. I'm sorry. Tender shortcake, layered with whipped cream and slice. No pearl tender tunas. Ugh. Juna. Oh no, no. I thought that was tuna as in the fish. No, it's not. It's something else. This light and fruity dessert is the perfect size. So yeah, it's... I've got the nopal tenders are their version of bananas, I think. I trust you've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. Oh yeah. It is shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I especially need some time to digest it all, but for now, let's head back to Earth and Sky. I've got a feeling after... At this rate... something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into the tunnel. Yeah... Let's go and help these people out with this bait first. There we go. Again, I'm not really doing it for the XP because I'm level capped, but I am doing it to get a fate progress, as you can call it. Actually, you know what? Oh, no, let's put him on healing. Oh no! Oh, that was a mistake. I've now grabbed everyone's attention. That was bad. Run away! Yes, the phrase "bit off more than I could chew" was very appropriate there. Oh, that was oh god. Oh, it's a defective sentry, right? Okay, I don't know what that was. Okay, let's switch him back to attack mode. Oh, that's a sage. Turn out because I've got the shooty things around him. No, I'll just, yeah, take it a little bit slower. Oh shit. Very rude of you. I mean, what? Well, I think it matters, does it? That's it. Ooh. That was, yeah, that was a bit of a brown trousers moment because I definitely bit off a little bit more than I could chew there from until I instigated the Sir Robin protocol. Okay. Oh, now I should have. There we go. Heritage found. Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, I've done already. Oh, so I got 2 of 6. Bye-bye, Phoenix. Off you go. I'm sorry for delaying this, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there's a wide gulf between Tulialala and Alexandria. And while Zarajar knows everything about us, but we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower Everkeep. So here I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kokura and her people. We need to know as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. Now that's a phrase. We've only just met them and know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust. But the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zarajar. Sveen too claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask why you would cooperate with Oblivion instead? Probably because, yeah, their leader is Erenfield's mother, yeah. Meanwhile, whatever Celine may feel, she's the ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her, and less reason to take her at her word. Fair point. And knowing Zoroark, we must assume that his arrangement with Celine was not made without some consideration. All I know is it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we could get would be welcome. Hold on. It's not guaranteed that that's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tulial. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kakuya. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. So turn my fan off for a moment. Yep. If we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can. Otherwise, we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy and, when the time comes, strike down Zoroark for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Erenfield. You always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouded by judgment? It's a fair point. Yeah, I trust you as well, dude. I've known you long enough. You're not let me wrong yet. I mean, yeah, you made a couple of mistakes along the way, but so was everybody. That's always the way of it with you. Fine. Let's sit on this. Now say no more. It's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Definitely a sort of reduction in temperature. It's like the temp and like humidity where things are at the moment. This is like the, I'd say, towards the upper range that I'm physically comfortable with and that I can work well and not have to get, start to get like from heat nausea or anything like that. Oh, this looks like that's a dungeon coming up. Oh no, was that an entrance? Oh no, it's an entrance. Okay, it's the entrance. I thought that was a dungeon symbol. I was wrong. That just means, oh yeah, the thing's in another area. Akira, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zoroark. I thought he was your brother. You really mean to kill your own kin? Well, he's kind of already crossed that line. My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As vow of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. True. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Yeah, because she was there when you killed Papa, and she was prepared to murder you right there and then. Like us, you and yours oppose Zoroark. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all, Spade. I realise this is sudden, but that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal. So fight with me, I beg you. And there's one thing that's proven she's good at is, wow, again, the subtle expressions on the characters are just like, I mean, not this character for obvious reasons, but like you just see like the two people in the bank and like looking at each other going, now you don't even have to say anything and you can see the emotions on their face. Fucking love it. As you say, our goals align, and I doubt you all resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. I mean, yeah, because the thing is, from her point of view, she knows what came up, or knew of her, maybe, growing up, because her boy and what come out were basically childhood, well, say they were childhood friends, they are friends, and they've grown up like playing together and things like that. So yeah, from her point of view, she probably already trusts, or at least has a damn good reason to trust the kitty. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Not yet. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you, my fuzzy little bun. He's honestly, I'm quite frightening myself out some of the things I'm sort of predicting in this game, but fuzzy little bun. Oh, you know we're going to call him that later, just to sort of, the banter between friends. Sorry, don't laugh. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Oh yeah, we are definitely calling it Erenville Fuzzy Little Bun at some point again. That's gonna happen. Thank you, Kakua. Everyone, together, we will achieve great things, I'm sure of it. And let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zoroark's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? Not for fashion. King resides on the uppermost level, makes sense. But while Queen Serene has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. Because he's a beep. What's more, his movements are highly classified. It means commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it can only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, the Roger will eventually march on Tuliora again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. Draw him out. No. He'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother's always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliora. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him, so now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Koana, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he wanted his minions to deprive him of the pleasure. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm, but if he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. As I said. Even as we gather intelligence and make no move to attack him, we have absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Koana instead. He'll attack Tuliora again like he said he would. I see. Well, if you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliora requires that the Roger leads his forces through Vanguard, and we'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Well, such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defences. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Stoller, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades appraised of developments. Good. Now you can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems we have a plan. While I wait for Zoraida to move, you're able to prepare for battle, and it begins with familiarising yourself with the technology. Ow! But I just cracked my elbow. It empowers him. Then I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Ooh. Oh? I thought this place was it. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside that tower, in the residential district. Please say we're going to District 9. Hiding in a tree in the forest, as it were. Okay, yeah. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoint. We may not have to worry about that. Ah, about that. Sabine said that she'd make it so we could enter without issue. She did? Curious. She's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. Okay. I think I may have an idea of what Sven's up to. I think this is, from her point of view, an enemy of my enemy approach. Zoroja is her enemy. We're not necessarily her enemy at the moment, but he could be her enemy. But from her point, and she has kind of said this, now she wants people to be protected. Perhaps, you know, at the time, it seemed like the best beneficial idea for her to, you know, partner with Zoroja. But now she's realised she's got basically a bit of a devil's bargain going on. And now it's like, oh look, the people who could potentially wipe him out and destroy him whilst leaving my people intact. This is when I find out that's pretty much exactly what happened, and I was told and I've forgotten it. Oh, yeah, we're heading to Solution 9. This is what I've been waiting all expansion for. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly. Pleasure. After all, names are good to know when working together, indeed. Right, so we've got Kryl, Alize, Umfera, Skraha, Walklamat. You've got Nostalgia and Wayakari, Geode. Those are great names. Well, Oblivion has operatives all over. We're the main crew here. I'm Geode. The name is Hideout. I dig your eye patch, sir. And the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayaka. I thought they were twins? In my head I thought, no, maybe not. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but no, they're twins. I'm Nostalgia. Pleasure to meet you. My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. I've been with Oblivion for 3 years and our main duty is surveillance and provisioning. I dig their outfits. Ah, twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakara is a Tonawanta name. Yes, I'm mistaken. And that's right. Our mother is Tulionan and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. Okay, I dig that. And they're beautiful names. They are indeed, Kryl. Thank you. Although I have no memories of my mother, I like to think I carry a part of her with me. So, what made you decide to join Oblivion? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name. Oh, that's a good name. I love that. And he was taken away after a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. Oh dear. It was a minor incident, so first we clung to hope he'd be released, but when months went by with no word about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We'd already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. Oh, okay, so they know obviously that, yeah. They'd all forgotten about him now. Everyone who known. I wonder if you can get their memories back. A bastard. Even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Now, sometime later we were approached by a member of Oblivion. Hoping to get justice for our father, we joined the Order. Sorry, I didn't mean to darken it. No, that's cool. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together we will avenge your father. Oh yeah. Ah, thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. I'm not so bad. You introduce yourself too. Go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. Well, you are twins, so. And while mine is a Tonawata name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to come see it with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, everyone's so nice. Yes, yes. We will introduce you to the most holy of dishes. Of the taco. Or kebabs. And tortillas. Basically, we'll just take you... Look, we will give you food that will blow your mind. Man, I want tacos again. I had some a couple of weeks ago. Again, just basic, Taco Bell stuff. That makes proper authentic stuff. But honestly, they were not bad. They were not bad at all. Like, again, not what I would call, I mean, I've had authentic tacos and nachos and stuff like that before, or at a proper Mexican restaurant. Top. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. I just felt a bit lightheaded then. I'm not hydrated enough. Silly quiz. I was thinking about the tacos is what did it. But yeah. Evan Shipper. One last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kakuya. And she talks much about you. So much. It's clear how important you are to her. That's all. We got some other way, you still can, eh? I really hope we get to actually properly meet her. Well, where did she go now? Feel free to decide as you like. Fair. Cheers, dude. Ooh, cake. Meanwhile, in Everkeep. Oh, I'm getting my screenshot buttons ready. Oh, is that where they store the souls?
You've been consulting with Wook Lamont.
Oh.
No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wook Lamont bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path.
Okay, she's trying to persuade him. This ain't gonna work well.
I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo?
Don't think with him alive, that's an option.
What done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
He's already killed his father, okay.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Dope armor though.
The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did.
Yeah, because the head...
For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing. To kill them is my only recourse. Wook Lamont and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
Yeah. And that broke something in his mind.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City.
So it was her. Okay.
I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and ability are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act.
So she's gonna be very careful, or he could end.
Uklamat, if you are father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me.
Okay, so she basically had, as I say, a devil's bargain.
Fall short. I will lay waste to Tuli Yolal.
She probably has like no choice but to deal with him to keep her people alive for some reason. Like, I don't know why. I imagine we'll find out.
What now?
Yeah, that place looks massive. Is that an archive, or is that a soul library or something? I don't know. Oh, we're about to go into Solution 9. Fuck yes, this is going to be an... I really hope this is... I've not seen any images. Well, that's a lie. I've seen one small image, and I just had to like, nope, I don't want to have anything more spoiled for me. But that enough was to get me hyped for what this could be. Right, Kiria's waiting. Let's head to the tower. Yeah. Because if this is what I think this is going to be amazing. Obviously, I don't know for certain. I may have been misled. It may have been the proverbial oh ho sort of thing. Oh, hello. Yeah. Okay, we got two of the things now, which are for the flight. So we're getting close. We are getting closer to the end of this than we think. We're probably about three. Yeah, I think we probably got about a third of this. No, probably only about a quarter. So around that sort of size of things before the end of the main story. Obviously, there's still a lot more. Hello, hi, hello, Fuzzball. Hello, I love you too, but can you not stand on the keyboard, please, with your button away of the desk, because I can't see what's going on. I love you. I know. I love you lots. Okay, I'm being attacked. Okay, there you go. Sit on my lap. Before he gets who that is. Small, black, furry, meows a lot, and it's also quite adorable. In a pain in the butt kind of way. Yeah. Oh, I love that attack. I know. Hello, Fuzzy Ball. You just want attention, don't you? Ah, there you are. If Queen Savine has registered you as guest, then you should be able to march right in. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zoraja's minions to deal with. No pressure. Ah, nothing forward but to see if Savine has betrayed us, eh? Yep, we've got to start trusting someone at some point. Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass, if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide unit identified. Registration number verified. Six accompanying civilians identified. Verifying credentials. I love that this bit. It's like the Final Fantasy 7, 8, no, the non-MMO game text boxes. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen's Fiend. Well, that seems to have worked. Ah, what a relief. Yes. That could have gone very bad. There you have it. Seems the Queen was true to her word. Yeah. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits. Here we go. I've taken so many screenshots recently. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be like.
A tower of electro piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds.
Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping it was going to be like.
Of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. In so naming their home, what hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Yeah, I'm taking a lot of screenshots.
Spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Yeah, we've now entered the cyberpunk stage of the game.
Being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction.
There. It's like a...
shimmering electrobe, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo.
It's like a sort of technological version of the Crystal Tower.
Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations.
Oh yeah.
And you want to know more about Sphene and Zoralja's Dominion, do you not?
There. You had me at explore.
I had a feeling you'd be keen.
I mean, in a way, this is kind of like where the tech for my bows come from.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. The elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
I think Graha's about as excited as I am for this place.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Yes, mother.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector.
I freaking love this.
The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
I'm gonna...
Understood.
We'll
see you later.
I want to do this with a fresh brain. So I'm actually going to leave the exploration... No, once I got the Aephorite crystal logged.
I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps
I
one of them
know.
will recognize the earring.
Then... Yeah. This is what we're going to do tomorrow. Perfect for tomorrow.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
Different dimensions?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in her.
There's probably a reason.
We've been through a lot together.
That's putting it mildly.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? Why didn't you mention this sooner?
Even the drone's like, wait, what?
You want to explore together?
Yes, we'll come at. Yes, I do.
It's
Sorry.
not that I'm scared or
Lamity.
anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
And you want to make sure I don't get lost. I understand. I've just noticed as well, there's like the reflections of the lights of, like giving that their faces a slight sort of like neon purple haze. Right, first things first. There we go. Yeah, this is basically like, oh. Okay, so that's where the big one is. Okay, so I'm gonna go and join with that. Is this? Yeah, is it? Oh, fucking. Sorry, I'm just. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna do a proper exploration of this tomorrow. Holy feck, this is amazing. Yeah. All I had sort of shown before was just like a little bit, like one of the sort of sub areas. I don't know where it is, but even that was enough to like, oh, I need to see some more of this in the game. And so I deliberately made sure I didn't find anything else about it. All I know is the name. And yeah, we're basically in a... Oh god, this is... Sorry, I'm going to be taking lots of screenshots like this. And once I'm done with this, and then I'm going to log out for the night. Otherwise I will be doing this for like hours tonight. That's where I started off with it, yes. Okay, so yeah. This is Solution 9. The tech version of the Crystarium, essentially. Yeah. I'm going to be exploring this tomorrow because I do not want to be doing this for like hours tonight and then like, you know, have my sleep pattern go completely wibbly. I think I've already found out what the tomorrow's stream title is going to be called. Just simply Solution 9. Yeah, because I'm trying not to spoil things for people who haven't or you haven't played the game, but this has put me in such a good mood. It really has. But I must be strong. I must be strong, because otherwise I will be exploring this for hours and hours and hours, and poking around, taking those screenshots. So that's basically what. There's a pretty good chance that's what tomorrow's going to be. So this music's really cool. Oh my god, you have timed this so perfectly. I am just about to log off for the night, but I have entered the area that I have been waiting to see since I have started playing the game. and we're going to be properly exploring this tomorrow because it's like I do not want to miss out. This whole area, it's big, yeah. Like I say, this is like the tech version. This is basically cyberpunk era. I mean, look at the outfit I've got. Look at it. The head bits and stuff as well. The bow. Everything else like that as well. Like I only ever saw like little screenshots, like little tiny little things that they put on the I can't even talk properly. The press releases, and that was enough to just like, oh, but this is just. I have always been a big fan of when technology and magic is combined, especially like in games and stories and TV shows like, you know, like in Babylon 5 and stuff like that. Hell, technically even my players in my D&D game are gonna love this, because this is quite similar to how I described a technological city that they found and they got access to and are currently adventuring in right now. Yeah. So yes, we'll be doing some more exploration of this tomorrow, standard time. Because I do not want to be spending hours exploring in here and messing up my sleep schedule. Also, someone is getting grumpy and wants the chair, don't you? And I need a shower because I'm getting sweaty. So yes, back some more of this tomorrow. I really have been looking forward to this bit from as soon as Dawntrail drops. So I don't look out now. I'm going to be jabbering on and on for hours and hours and hours. So I will say good night. Thank you for everybody who's joined me, and yeah, come back tomorrow and get to explore this place properly. 99. Now, excuse me whilst I laugh maniacally.